Hi writers, Megan Barnhart here. It is day 10 of my first NaNoWriMo and I'm coming to you with my update. So I started today with another free write and I used one of my all-time favorites, and that is Please Anything But. And then I combined it with oh God, this can't be happening. Now these are two free writes that I highly recommend you use when you are ready to free write your climax. And I actually really recommend you free write your climax when you get ready to write it. What I mean by that is not that you don't necessarily have something in mind or that you don't have like your outline structure nailed down. That's great to have, but my whole strategy is about saying I'm free writing. I guess I should put this in air quotes. When I sit down, I tell myself, hey, I'm just going to free write on this topic. Now, I know that I'm likely to get something that will become part of my climax. And I got the first two scenes of what will end up being the climactic moments of my book, the first two chapters. So it will be a total of either 3 or 4 chapters, not quite sure at this point. But that's why I jumped in with these two free writes, because I knew they would take me in that direction. But when I say to myself, I'm just using free writes, I get much more flow. I get a lot more that comes from my place of deepest inspiration, and I get all kinds of cool surprises and solutions to problems. This is a very intuitive place to write from. And really, that's what these free writes are all about. That's why I recommend over and over again that you use free writes. We can't always write from that space. That's why it's great that we have a drafting ant part of our brain who's like, okay, just one thing at a time. But when we can write in that intuitive space, so much bubbles up to the surface and we get really great scenes. And that's what happened for me today. So I started with this free write and got all the way through a chapter, and I felt I had this very natural endpoint. I wasn't yet at my 2,000 word count goal. What I did was to start a new chapter. Now, before when I've done this, I went to the next chapter. But after completing this scene, I thought, oh, now I know exactly what should come immediately before this. So I jumped in, I just called it previous chapter and started writing, and got to here. I was like, okay, I passed 2,000 words. I'm feeling really good. I was at an hour of writing. So I stopped and I went to put it into my total word count. And I realized that I was at 2,400, 900, 2,000. Oh my goodness, and my brain is not working. 24,980 words. And I was like, whoa. I gotta just get to the next level. I gotta just get to 25,000, right? The halfway mark. So I got back in, I wrote for 16 more minutes. I got some more words down, kept going in that chapter, and made it past the 25,000 mark, which feels really, really good. Yay, I earned my 25,000 words badge. And I'm just feeling really solid about the progress I'm making. So this was a real win for me, but how can you use this as a win for you? I'm hoping by grabbing some free writing topics, and again, these are topics that are designed to get you good material. So if you're thinking, okay, how can I get topics that are designed to give me good material? Go grab Recipe for Drafting. It's available in paperback. It's available on the Kindle store. And there are 2 sections to go to. One is going to be the appendix. And that is full of free writing topics that are organized by, do you want to write about your setting? Do you want to write about character? Do you want to write about your climax? The other place to go in your in this book to get ideas for free writes is in the I gotta look at the table of contents, y'all. I don't have the book memorized, it turns out. But okay, either in chapter 7, where I give you a bunch of different like free writing possibilities, in chapter 9, where it's all about drafting your course climax, and I give you different free writing topics that will steer you toward writing a climactic scene. And then in chapter 10, draft your final chapter. Again, I start you out with free writes. So go grab a copy of the book. You can download it on Kindle and start reading it immediately. But I guarantee you, you're going to be writing from a different space if you tell yourself, oh, all I'm doing is exploring this topic. So these ones, again, are some of my favorite for getting a great climactic scene, because what a character is doing is having to face her greatest fear, right? Please anything but, or, oh God, this can't be happening. These are going to take you in the direction of the worst thing happening. The thing that your character doesn't want to face, that's what she's going to have to face. And, you don't have to use them as direct quotes. I am not using first person narration, so I don't have a character saying these things. I put them in at the top of my writing to guide myself, but you don't have to use those as direct forms of dialogue. So I hope you're able to utilize those ideas to get to a place where your writing flows, so that you are getting some of your best ideas and some of your best scenes. These two scenes, or this one scene and a half that I just wrote, surprised the heck out of me in the best way. I wrote things that I had no idea I was going to write. And for me, that's where the magic happens. That's what it is to be a writer, when you sit down and words pour out of you and you go, oh my gosh, holy crap. I had no idea that that's what was going to happen. And it's fantastic. All right, I will check in with you tomorrow. I hope your writing is going well, going smoothly. Leave me a comment. Let me know what it's like for you if you're working on your own NaNoWriMo, or just whatever writing project you're working on. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're enjoying this series, please do subscribe to my channel. I put out new writing tips every week, and every day of NaNoWriMo, I'm putting out a new video just giving you updates about how it's going for me and what tips and tools I recommend you use to have more success writing with less stress. All right, take care, and as always, I wish you happy writing.